It's May 26, 2022. I'm watching this reporter is running around with some Ukrainian soldiers in Ukraine. And I'm thinking to myself, because I'm watching it, and it's like a snapshot, like one little biopsy of like what's really going on there. But it doesn't have like a full context. There's no backstory. And all I keep thinking to myself is like, I see these soldiers, they're running all over the place with guns. They're doing whatever it is soldiers do because nobody has any clue. I mean, even in the movies, I mean, like, I can theoretically, like, catch on, like, what I've been asked to witness, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, so these guys get up every morning, grab their gun, put on this camo, and just run around looking for people. Like, I mean, are there instructions? Are there people in charge? Like, because they all look alike in the sense of they're all wearing the same camo. Like, it doesn't look like there's, like, leaders. Like, there's maybe some standouts, but I'm like, how do they get their instructions of what to do? Like, how do they know where to show up? How do they know, like, how to stay alive? Like, I mean, even this doesn't make sense at all. And I'm just like... The ambiguity is just
Ukraine
much.
should give up some land in order to make peace. This morning, we have a first-hand look at what Ukrainian troops are facing near the front lines. CBS News' Imtiaz Tayeb and his crew came dangerously close to Russia's relentless attacks on Ukrainian villages. Imtiaz shows us what happened.
Deep in the Ukrainian countryside, there are only a handful of farmhouses and fields here. But for weeks, Russia has been targeting this village relentlessly. It's here we meet Major Sergei. He and his soldiers have been defending this area for weeks, but have recently changed tactics.
I just want to be clear. This is now an offensive. You're targeting Russian forces.
Yeah, we are targeting every day. Because we need to do this.
But Russian forces, whose positions are just 2 miles from here, aren't backing down.
We just had some incoming Russian shelling. We're just on our way to find a shelter in this disused farmhouse.
The closest place to take cover is under a tree, as the strikes intensify. And the shelling gets closer and closer.
Some pretty serious incoming from the Russian side. This was an area they occupied up until 6 weeks ago, and they really want it back.
Getting closer.
A Russian drone is spotted circling above. It's now or never.
Go, 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 go.
So we start sprinting and are led down some stairs into a nearby root cellar, where Ukrainian forces have been taking refuge for weeks.
That's more incoming from the Russian side. We've really just been shelling this area pretty frequently.
The strikes are now just 50 yards away. With us is Oksana Kozarenko.
Is this normal for this area?
Так, по всій ділянці.
By any measure, this is not normal, she says. The Russians are giving us a hard time, but we can tell they're getting weaker. After several more strikes, we're given the order to make a run for it, through fields of wheat which are now a front line, and back to our vehicles, then drive as quickly as we can towards safety. For CBS Mornings, I'm Imtiaz Tayeb on the Kherson front lines.
Harrowing.
But it's just, as an audience member, just very confusing. Because it just looks like chaos. I mean, it doesn't look like there's... it doesn't look like strategic. It doesn't look like something, I mean, it looks more like what getting up here daily is like, in the sense of like, there's just no, I don't know. It's like there's no organization. It's so frustrating. And we don't have like the sounds of the artillery shells and things going off. But for a long time there were different alarms and sirens and all sorts of stuff that you never know what's going on or what emergency there is. Or if there really is even, or if it's just some kind of intimidation tactic. I mean, that's what it really felt like, but whatever. I'm like, how many emergencies could there really be with that many sirens going off? It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken. It's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.